Good day to you, aspiring APS kilobytes, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to continue from where I stopped in my previous video. So in my previous video, I've been able to discuss what this design is all about. If you are yet to get the video, you can easily check the description of this video so that you can get the formal tutorial that we've done on this Canva. So now you can see this design. I said this is where you choose different templates that you want to use to design on Canva. So we are not going to be using this one because I said I want to explain what all these things that are here, what they are all about, the function and how we use them, so that you can know how to use each and every one of them when you are currently designing on Canva. So now the next thing I'm going to be talking about today is the element. Now this element, the function of the element is for us to add, whether we want to add circle, we want to add numbers, we want to add a lot of different elements into our design. So these are the things that we have in our elements when we click on your element. So anything you want to add to your graphics, that is what you can see in your element. So anything you just type, let's say you type pattern, just pattern, anything you want to add to your design, when you start using it, you are going to be seeing the benefit of all these elements that are here. So when you type pattern or you type anything, you are going to be seeing different elements around that particular thing so that you can actually use it. As you can see, you can actually use them to add to your designs and do a lot of things to your design. So that is what we use to do. That is what we use elements to do. So the next thing I want to show you here is the text. If you want to type something on Canva, probably you want to start typing before you start your design or anything you want to do. Okay, so let me just start with this element. Let me choose square, for example. Let me just choose square. Then let me pick this particular one. So now it is already here. You can easily drag and drop anything, as you can see. So just drag it here. Before you start your design, you have to put a square so that you can easily know the length of what you want to do. Let me just place this one here like this. So let me say if you want it to be in the middle at the center, you can see that the line is there that is directing you. So just follow the line and then place it anywhere you want to place it. As you can see now, yes, it's currently in the middle now, so leave it there. So that is what we do. So if you want to change the color of this particular square, what you have to do is to you can easily see all these options down here. So you can see color there. So you can see there are a lot of things. If you want to broaden this particular shape, you want it to be bolder, click on this style. When you click on this style, you see this. If you want it to be bolder, you click on this. You want it to be dash or anyhow you want it to be, you can easily use anyone. So I want it to be bolder. I'm clicking on this, then I can even drag it like this and drag it down. As you can see, so it's getting bolder. So that is that about that. So you click on cancel. So that is that about element. Anything you want to choose, you can easily pick it from elements and then place it here. So now let's now assume you want to type. For you to type, you can see the T, that is signifying text. That is what you are going to be clicking on. You click on text, so you can see you are going to be clicking on this one, add a text box. So click on it, then it's going to tell you your paragraph text. So what do I want to type? I want to type APS Skill Up Institute. You are going to type APS Skill Up Institute. First tap on it if it is not showing, then double tap on it 2 times. Once you double tap on it 2 times, you can easily highlight them or then type what you want to type, APS Skill Up Institute. So you can always use your hand to zoom it back or zoom it front. Did you see that now? You can just use your hand to do that one. So now that we have done this, I want to place this APS Skill Up Institute at the top of it, at the center. How do you do that? First tap on it. Once you tap on that particular word, you can see this particular one. We use it to rotate our work. This particular one, we use it to drag. That is what we use them to do. So if you want to drag this to the top, we are going to be using this second one. So let me use the second one to drag it up. So that is the one I'm holding, as you can see. So you can drag it up. If you want this APS Skill Up Institute to be bolder, this is what you can actually do. You can see the font. Let's start for the font. This font is when you want to change the type of font that we have. Probably you do not like the font, you want to use a bolder font, or you want to use an italic font, or any type of font that you want to use. You can easily just pick on any, click on the font. Once you click on the font, it's going to bring you different options of fonts that you can actually use. As you can see down here scrolling, so anyone you want to use, you can easily change it to it. So once you change it, automatically you can see the way it is on the screen. So you can see anyone, just pick the one you like and then use it. So after the font, there's another thing that you want to know how to use, which is the text style. You can click on the text style. Did you see we have different style? Do you want it to be title? Do you want to be subtitle? Do you want it to be heading? Do you want it to be, do you see? Just choose any style that you want to use depending on what you are designing. So the font size, if you want to increase this particular APS Skill Up Institute, you want to increase the size. So you are going to click on this font size. You can then drag it forward or move it downward. That will be forward depending on anything you are designing. So that is why I'm trying to explain it one by one for you so that you can know where to go to anytime you are designing anything on Canva. It's very, very easy to use. Now, you want to change the color of APS Skill Up Institute. How are you going to be doing that? If you are getting value from this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like this video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Thank you so much for doing that. So if you want to change the color of this particular APS Skill Up Institute, what you need to do is very, very simple. As you can see, color. Click on the color, and then you can easily change the color to any color of your choice that best suits your design that you are designing. So there is something that you need to take note in color. When we get to the color theory, I'm going to be explaining a lot of things for you on how we use color in our design and the importance of white space in our design. I'm going to be explaining it to you when we get to that level. So you can easily change the color here. So let me just use any color. Let me use color red. So that is that about that. Then you want to change the format. If you want to change the format, just click on B. So this format is just like the alignment of your work. Do you want it to be aligned to the right? Do you want it to be aligned to the left? If you are designing a flyer, you want to add bulletin or any other thing that you want to do, you can easily use them from this place. So this one is aligned to the right. You can see this is aligned to the left, and this one is aligned to the center. This one is aligned to the middle. So let me just leave it there. So if it is bulletin, you add bulletin. If it is number, you add number. You are going to be using them when the time comes, depending on what you want to create. But for now, let me just leave this one the way it is. So that is that about formatting. So the next thing I want to show you here is advanced text, effects, animations, and all of that. So we are going to be getting to know how to use each and every one of all these things depending on what we are creating. As we progress in this training, we are going to be using lots of them. So in your practical, just make sure you test them, look at what they do. Like this particular one now, this is transparency. When you put a picture or you now want to blur that particular picture, you want to make it transparent and you want to be seeing what is under, that is when we use this transparency. We are going to be getting there as we start designing flyer and we start designing everything that we want to design. But for now, you remember, I am still trying to show you how to use those elements one after the other so that you can also know how to use those elements perfectly. So this is examination. We don't actually need this one unless we are doing a presentation. That is when we use animation. But for designing, we don't really need it because it's not going to be moving on our designs. So that is that about everything you need to know about text. So this nudge, we are going to be using some of them when we start designing and creating some things. So that is that about that. We still have a lot of them that you need to know. When you click on more, yeah, this is a lot of things that you still need to know: copy, paste, duplicate, and all of that. I'm sure you should be able to understand all these ones without even telling you how to use them. So that is that about text. The next thing I want to show you how to do is how to add picture. Probably you want to add something to your design. So I want to add a picture of anything. Let me just put in any of my picture there. You are going to click on this gallery. So once you click on gallery, there are two ways you can add picture. You can easily add it through gallery or you add it through upload. As you can see, upload here. You can decide to use each and every one of them depending on what you are using. So if you are using a system, you may decide to use upload or anyone that is best suited for what you are needing it for. So let me just choose gallery and then let me pick one of my picture. So then let me add it to page. So if you want to add it as new page, you are going to be clicking this add new page. So it's going to be creating a new page for it. Let me add it as new page so that you can see what I'm talking about. Because if I say add to page, I'm going to be adding one to page. Let me add this one to new page first so that you can understand what I am saying. So click on add new page. So once I click on add new page, it's going to create a new page for that particular design. As you can see, it has already created it. I need to move downward so that I can see. As you can see it here now. So let me now add it on this particular page so that you can understand what I'm saying. So let's click on it, then go back to this particular one, then add to page. So when I add it to page, it's going to be adding on that particular page. then you can now zoom it on. You can just drag it depending on the way you want it to be. So let me just click on add to page. Once I click on add to page, let me just scroll down to check whether it is that. You can see it has already added on the page. So if you want to delete, you can see there are two now. If you want to delete, you can just look at this, delete this particular one. So I have added a lot of them. Let me just delete everything. You can see the way I'm deleting, just delete a lot of them. So this is it now. You can see APS Skill Up Institute. I've already had a picture. Let me quickly show you that transparency that I said the other time. If you want it to be transparent, you want this thing to show, like we want the APS Skill Up Institute. Let me just put it here, and I want this one to be transparent. Let me start from that one. You are going to go down here. You can see, scroll down to this transparency, then you can blur it down. Did you see the way it's transparent now? So that is the function of this transparent. So there are a lot of things that I'm going to be telling you, but let me just stop here because I don't want the video to be too long, so that you can have time to implement everything that you are learning one after the other. So if you have got value from this video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. If you are one of my students watching this particular thing, anytime you do your practical, just send it to my DM. Let me check what you have done so that I can correct you before we continue with the next video. I am African Prince Alex, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye for now.